Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Media Picker. My name is Brandon. I'm a part-time eBay Mercari reseller specializing in media-related products. If it's something you're interested in learning about, please consider subscribe to the channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. This is a hard video to record. This is being recorded on July 23rd, which is a Wednesday. I'll probably put it out on Saturday when I have an open date for a video. As you guys know, on July 22nd, Ozzy Osbourne passed away. He is one of my favorite artists. I have a lot of stuff with his collection and also Black Sabbath. This video, I'm going to talk about Ozzy's CDs in the current market and also the current value of what some of the stuff has been selling for since his death and also some stuff prior to his death. I'm also going to show some really blatant listings of people just trying to get as much of an advantage on this as possible. And it's a hope and a prayer that this stuff's not going to sell for these prices, which I think is kind of funny. So I'm going to show CD stuff. I'm also going to show vinyl, and just kind of show you what some people are hoping they're going to get for some of this stuff, and I can tell you realistically what it would probably end up going for. So stay tuned here. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed too, obviously my feed, since I follow a lot of music groups and stuff like that, my feed was just bombarded with Ozzy Osbourne, memorials and stuff like that, tributes and so on and so forth, which I love. But today they were bombarded with a bunch of fake stores or potentially fake stores on Facebook, all those stupid advertisements of copyright infringement t-shirts and pops and you name it. All that stuff was on my feed. I just kept closing them out. I don't want to see these stupid ads. I did do a little tribute to them myself yesterday. I picked up Patient Number 9 limited edition release, new sealed, for a decent price on eBay for $25. And then I went to Amazon and bought 2 Ozzy Osbourne t-shirts from the official Ozzy Osbourne store on Amazon. So I know that they're not knockoffs or anything, and those will be coming to me later on this week. So let me go ahead and share my screen. I'll kind of show you kind of what some stuff's currently selling for Ozzy and Black Sabbath. If you wish to partake in this, feel free. I'm not going to do to my major respect out of him as an artist and musician, and just my love for his music. I have tons of his stuff in my collection, probably about 90% complete. I'll wait till prices drop back down before I decide to complete the collection. Maybe look for some oddball live bootlegs and so on and so forth. But I'm not going to partake in this. I don't think I have anything Ozzy currently up. I think my Ozzy stuff sold prior to his death. I have some stuff that I could list. I'm not going to. I do have one Black Sabbath Paranoid CD single that actually is fairly rare. And I'm just keeping it at the current market price, what it was prior to his death. So everybody wants it's out there. I think it's Paranoid. But anyway, let me share my screen. I'm rambling on. This video actually will probably go kind of long, so let me go ahead and share my screen. We'll go ahead and get started here. So this sold obviously the day of his passing. It's an autograph. So if you can autograph Ozzy stuff, before you could probably get for about $50, $60 on just random stuff. Prior to his passing, obviously the prices are going to jump up. This is $300. This is an autograph Paranoid Black Sabbath CD signed by Ozzy and Tony Iommi, which is really cool. Would love to get something like that at some point. I'm eventually going to try and find something officially PSA, certified Ozzy autograph stuff just for my personal collection down the road, but obviously now it's not the time. I actually have this in my collection. Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne. You're looking at $169 this sold for. There's also another one listed, so that's the one sold. There's also other sales, new and used. I'm seeing around 180. So if you actually do have this and actually want to get rid of it, now would be the time to kind of sell it and make a little money off it. Obviously, I'm keeping mine since I'm an avid collector of over 5,300 CDs, and a lot of it is Ozzy Osbourne. These were certified authentic off his site, I believe, when this album came out, Patient Number 9. It's a signed art card. So these are all official from the site. Initially, you can't get them anymore, obviously. This was sold for 160. I think I've seen some sell just a little bit under that also, so I was kind of skimming through. And I'll go back and skim through some of the CD stuff too. So just kind of, I'll skim through after I go through these ones I picked out. And then I'll move to vinyl. Another thing that's also in my collection, like, is this right here. Black Sabbath Black Box Complete Original 1970-1978 CD box set. I do have this in my collection also. Again, 150 bucks. Sold for it again. It sold actually today at the time of this recording. So obviously people are wanting to get stuff of Ozzy Osbourne, and obviously sellers know that they can make the prices go up a little bit more. But so anyway, there's that. Other stuff, if you just have a stack of just like some Black Sabbath CDs or just Ozzy single CDs, those can go for quite a bit too. You'd actually be surprised if you pick them up for $1 or $2, even a while after he passes, and prices come back down, you can still make some good money off this stuff. Here's one right here. Black Sabbath 12 CDs, all near mint, instant collection. Basically, it's, I don't know if it's a complete catalog, but if it is, it's pretty damn close. It's not the complete catalog, because 13's not there. But anyway, it's close enough. But definitely would be one you want to list if you have a bunch of stuff and a lot. You can just make some good money on that also. Again, this is the Ozzy Osbourne. I think I just completed this recently prior to his passing. I bought a couple of things actually the day of the Back to the Beginning concert. It got me thinking about Ozzy Osbourne again when he played his final concert. So I'm like, I'll pick up a couple of things now and, just get a couple of things later. So I think I picked up one or two of these that I was missing. And it's the 22-bit SBM digital remasters. They were the 1995 remasters. I think they were remastered again in 2002, which I believe I have most of those. I'll have to double check and get the ones I'm missing later on, because those actually do have bonus tracks on the 2002 releases. But again, these are all UCDs. There might be a couple of new ones mixed in there, the guy says, but $109. That's over $10 a piece. Again, going back to the Prince of Darkness box set, this is I believe a used copy. Very good condition, $100. So again, sold the day after his passing. Again, autograph stuff. You can actually get some of his autograph stuff still fairly cheap. Signed, No More Tears, $70. Again, this actually sold. Actually, you probably can't get it as cheap. This sold 3 days prior to his passing. But so that's probably $100 by now, something like that. This I actually did sell a couple weeks ago for about half the price. So you can kind of see where the market's actually going. Ozzy Osbourne, The Ultimate Sin. I actually have, I think I have another one. I'm not going to put it up right now. I'll wait for the prices to go down a little bit. Or when I get to it, I just get to it. $59.99. Original press. There's a couple that have sold at least for this amount, so this is a good one too if you decide to choose and sell during this time. What else we got here? We got Ozzy Osbourne, just 6 random CDs, again about $10 a piece. It's $9 a piece plus shipping. I mean, that's a pretty good run for CDs that you might be able to pick up for $1 or $2 used. Yeah, I think 1 or 2 more I'm going to show here. Maybe I think that might have been the last one. Let me go look and check my other tabs real fast before I jump off. Okay, so let's go back and look at some of the CD stuff that I did not show here. That's how I'll just kind of scroll through. I'll go back to the top. You can kind of see everything. So, and kind of going back to the beginning, so to speak. $500 Black Sabbath, 13 autographed. I think I remember getting this. You could have got this at the concert. I saw Black Sabbath on their last tour here in the U.S. And I want to say it was 200, right around there, I believe is what it was. This one's rare. This is the Ozzy Osbourne patient number 9, which includes the McFarlane comic, brand new ceiling, and obviously RIP. So he put that. This was obviously listed the day of his passing. It sold the same day, $400. Ozzy Osbourne signed Tony Iommi, Geezer Butler, Black Sabbath Sabotage, $400 free ship. Signed 2003 Ozfest booklet, $300. Wow. Super audio CD. Japanese import, $300. That's crazy. Brand new. Here's the Osbourne Prince of Darkness again, $269. These were limited, and I think they're autographed too. No, I think one was autographed. I saw a game across. This is probably 200. I'm guessing. Again, these Super Audio CDs for the Japanese. I actually might have a couple of these in my collection. Obviously, I'm keeping them. What else we got here? These I don't trust. This is the second sale seller, which I think is just money laundering in some aspect. It's my assumption. But there's no way these regular CDs sold for that much, because you can still find these on eBay for probably $15. But then again, you might have a buyer that doesn't pay attention and actually bought that. This is a limited edition CD again, 170. You saw before. I showed you this one here. Interesting. Bible of Oz CD box. I've never seen that before. 150. Again, 150 for 23 Ozzy and Black Sabbath CDs. So again, Ozzy stuff just is obviously selling just because of his passing. Let's see what else we got here. Scrolling down, Ordinary Man Sign. I think I showed you that one. Let's just go down a little bit lower. So there's, Japanese. I believe I actually have this also, not signed though, but Japanese import there. Again, 10 Ozzy CDs for $110, $110. I mean, they're going for quite a bit. Sign insert, patient number 9, get $100. There's a Prince of Darkness used, $100. So if you have the box set, it's a good time to sell if you want to get rid of it. I actually might have this in my collection too. I have quite a few Japanese imports in my first collection. You'll see that when I start going through stuff in my other channel, the CD Collector, which the link is below also. If you want to subscribe to that channel, I start showing off parts of my personal collection and rare pieces and stuff like that. The booklets, these came with certain copies of Ordinary Man when you bought them, I believe, off his website. But as you can see, just lots and box sets. Autograph stuff is going to be the high-end stuff. If I scroll down a little bit lower, 10 CD lot, the 95 remasters and Down to Earth and Osmosis. Again, the small lots of Ozzy will sell for good money. Again, here's the Ultimate Sin early press. And there's a couple that sold right around that price, I believe. Here's another one here. Same thing. Another one here. Same thing. So as you can see, just here's a Sabbath box here. Osbourne years, 3 discs, $60. I actually do have this, a couple of copies of this in my collection. It's the speaker grill cover. It's actually, to find one actually like mint condition is extremely rare, because these are pretty beat up, because the speaker grill is actually pretty heavy, and then it's on basically glued on a digipack. So there's a huge weight imbalance there, to say the least. But yeah, the Ultimate Sin goes for quite a bit. Jeez. But anyway, so I kind of wanted to show you the CD stuff that's kind of selling right now currently for Ozzy. As you can tell by the dates, some are before, some are after. For this one, this is 4 CDs that sold for $50. Again, you can do pretty well with the Ozzy stuff right now. Here's a speaker grill one that's actually sealed, which is actually really cool. Let's look at this. I can just kind of show you the pictures on this. This actually is pretty neat. I mean, it's literally a speaker grill. Like, it's metal. And that's still sealed. So that one's kind of actually in pretty good shape. But it's really cool. It's really cool to find. I think I found mine for like $5 or $10 at a pawn shop one time. I picked up another one somewhere down the line. But yeah, that's still sealed. That's a pretty cool buy. Little damage there. Other than that, this is probably one of the best ones condition-wise I've ever seen, just because it's sealed. But as you can see, it's a digipack. So you can see why these kind of fell apart after use, even just light use. So pretty crazy. Okay, so let's move on to what the current market is showing. Let's look at CDs first. I'm going to start with the highest and just kind of see where the stuff's kind of people are trying to guess and just try and see what they can get as much money as they possibly can. So if we go to the CDs currently listed, This is where we start. The Enter signed CD autograph for 1,900, 740. Again, you saw all the ones we're selling for 160 to like $80. So this guy's not gonna get that. Nice try though. Seriously, 2015 sealed CD for 700. See, this is where people are like smoking crack when they're listing stuff. Wait until you see some of the vinyl. It's stupid, ridiculous how dumb some of these sellers are. You price it fair and price it up just a little bit, you might do okay. I mean, it's not price gouging by necessarily any means, but some of the stuff is. But I get making a little extra if you can, but some of the stuff's just stupid. So as you can see, just kind of skimming through, there was the 30th anniversary. I actually wouldn't mind having that in my collection. It's kind of cool. But not for $300. Ozman Cometh, that's a $15 CD any day of the week. And there's actually a 2-disc version that actually has like a bonus interview, I believe, and maybe a couple other tracks, if I'm not mistaken. At least the interview for sure. I have a couple copies of those in my collection. 21037 for the Essential. Again, $15 CD, maybe 20 right now. Honestly, 200. I mean, these people are just pipe dreams here. New, $200 for $10 CDs. Yeah. No, thank you. I'll pass. I'll wait till the price is gone. And again, this is second sale again with the, I don't know what they do, honestly. But these are not priced like that. I mean, this is crazy. Oh, that's cool. That's probably a limited edition T-shirt and it's the Best Buy edition, which obviously Best Buy doesn't sell CDs anymore, so that's actually really hard to find. I think I've got this in my collection too, the Black Sabbath Paradise Super Deluxe. That's my favorite Black Sabbath album. But I might have the Spark of the Moon in my collection also. But yeah, it's pretty crazy price-wise. This is the one I just picked up for $25. Sealed yesterday. So there are still good prices to be had that people are not gouging. So I appreciate that others do too. And like I said, I'm not going to be part of this. Whatever's out there, I have currently out there, prices are not changing. I think it's just the one, again, the one Black Sabbath CD single. But $100 on 19 CDs, that's actually a fair deal. 5 Ozzy 24 impress cool. I've never seen that before. It's bootleg, obviously. But yeah, like these here, even new, it's a tribute. It's not even Ozzy singing. But so anyway, you can kind of see what the current prices are. Now let's look at vinyl. This gets pretty crazy. This actually got posted in a Facebook, one of my Facebook collector groups, and people were just bombarding the guy. So the first one up, I'm just going to skim through because I didn't pull anything separate for the vinyl. But look at this. Ozzy's first pressing, all still sealed. So these are first pressing vinyl records, brand new sealed. So this guy was obviously waiting for this moment. This is what they were saying in my comments. So if we look and zoom in at the pictures here, let's expand out, shall we? Let me get to the thing. So, okay, sealed. That's a tear. But so as you can see, these are sealed. He wants $50,000. Now, I went on another site and actually price comped just the No More Tears ones actually in sealed condition, and it runs $1,500. Like no joke. There's a lot of money in vinyl too if you can find it cheap enough. If I had to guess, without looking the rest of these up, current market for these, so not current market, but just based on what you could probably find them for if you search hard enough, you could probably find these exact vinyl records for not $50,000, but probably $5,000 to $7,000. But crazy. So anyway, that's not gonna sell. He's got an auction starting at $50,000. I'm tempted to watch it which might give them hope. Actually, you know what? Let's go back to the listing there for a second. Actually, we're still on it. There are actually 3 people watching this. Now, I'm curious if these people that are watching this just to see what happens, or if they're actually interested in this. Because if they are, that's just stupid. I can find a better way to spend $50,000 than on sealed vinyl records. I can tell you that. Anyway, so let's go back to look at the other vinyl. Autograph vinyl, no vinyl LP included. So it's the flat lithograph, 25,000. I'm sorry, that's 13,000. And then you've got these special boxes. See on the other side 2.0, which I guess the box set is like what this is here pictured, which this is obviously a stock photo. And that's this. So it's a box set, which is actually pretty cool. Kind of designed to be like a speaker. Or actually, no, designed to be like a record player. Does it actually have a record player with it? I don't know. If anybody has this, let me know. I'm kind of curious. No, it's just the vinyl works. Limited quantity available. Pre-order now. That's pretty cool. Record player design. But a bunch of bonus stuff. Obviously, it's got vinyl records in here, various albums. Not sure which ones off the top of my head. But anyway, it's not going to sell for $10,000, especially when you've got a bunch of sellers below you selling it for a lot less. These are going to sell way before those other ones do. 655. I think I saw it for like 3, 4, 3,500 for that same box set. 3,000, 2,800. So just, I mean, picture disc gunplay for 2,500. Yeah, these people are just swinging for the fences, which I feel free. It's a free country. If someone's willing to pay that, I mean, go for it. But I'm not. This is about the current price that goes for this one I looked up before. This one here, No More Tears original LP single. Yeah, 1,500. That's about what it runs. Pre-owned, you can probably get it for a couple hundred. But prices are crazy. I actually do have some Sabbath and Ozzy in my vinyl collection too, which I don't have a lot of vinyl, but I do have some of my favorite albums are in vinyl. Which obviously, if they're Ozzy boxed out right now, they're worth a good amount of money. But again, not selling. But so as you can see, that's the high end of vinyl. You know what? Just while we have this up, let's look at the low end of vinyl currently in the market for Ozzy and Black Sabbath stuff, just to kind of see how it differentiates. So let's go shipping plus price lowest. And we're going to see what we see here. Dollar in auction, which if it doesn't go very high for some reason, the seller's going to probably cancel and say issue a buyer's address or something, and then relist it. That's just how some people do stuff, which is crap. No, that's really Ozzy. That's about 12 flat promo, 4 watches on that. You're going to see probably a lot of low-end stuff right now in auction, which it looks like that seems to be what everybody's doing. They're running 7-day auctions, and obviously these just started. I'm trying to see if I can find the lowest buy it now that actually has. I might just change it that just to wipe out the auction. So auctions are obviously going to start low, and they're going to be bid up towards the end more likely. Let's look at buy it now on the low end. Where did I pass that up at? Why buying format? Buy it now. There it is. Let's just see what this shows. Not Ozzy, not Ozzy. It's a flat poster. We saw that. Not Ozzy stuff. And this is in vinyl. Patient number 9. For the guy with horrible feedback. That's really bad on eBay. 82.8. Concert button, which is not a record. Diver Man 80s. $20. I mean, those are reasonable. All right, it's cool. Again, Ordinary Man 30. 25. It's exclusive. Same thing. This is sealed. So there's still some deals to be had if you're looking for Ozzy Osbourne stuff also. I might run that back through CDs also real fast before I go ahead and cut this off. But you can kind of see obviously where prices are going and everything with Ozzy and Black Sabbath stuff. Let me go back. Give me a second here. I can go back to the CD one I had open. And we'll end this here in just a second. This is almost a half hour. I hope you got something out of this, just kind of showing you what the market goes after someone passes away, especially someone of this magnitude. I mean, this guy's been around 40 plus years. I mean, just he's the history of heavy metal. He is the beginning of it. He's considered they're considered the godfather of heavy metal. Black Sabbath, they're the ones that kind of molded it into what it is today. So let's get rid of the solds. We've already looked at this. Now let's look on the low end. And so you guys can see that there are still some deals also on the CD buying if you're actually looking to be a buyer in this case. So let's see more results. There's probably over 2,000 listings here. 2,900. $1.25 in auction. Again, auction. A lot of people doing auctions on just common CDs, which is, I think, is kind of funny. Let's just go buy it now. Buy it now, lowest price listed Ozzy Osbourne. Here we go. Osmosis is actually one of my favorite albums. $2.76 plus ship. That's a fair deal. Down to Earth, $3. Osmosis again. Special edition. It's got damage artwork. It's a special edition single, which I do have in my personal collection. And I have these CDs already also. Looks like Osmosis is the cheapest one you can find. And Down to Earth's pretty common. Some of those lesser popular ones. I love Osmosis. That's a great album. I'm trying to see if I can find some of his early releases as we scroll up here. Ozman Cometh, disc only. That's basically a form of a best of. Osmosis, jeez. Looks like Osmosis is the low man in the totem pole here. 95 reissue, Rainy Roads tribute. But the only different one we've seen so far. Black Rainbow, I think is a pretty good album too. It's kind of underrated in my opinion. Live at Budokan. Again, you're looking at decent prices. I mean, that's $5 plus ship, more or less. Again, Black Rain, Osmosis. If you're looking for Osmosis, you can find it cheap. That much I can tell you. Might go skim through one more page real quick, and then we'll call it the Ozfest promos and stuff from the various years. I was actually lucky enough to see him probably 5 or 6 times at least. I went to a lot of the Ozfests where he performed both as a solo artist and also under Black Sabbath. And I also caught Black Sabbath on their final US tour. So very grateful to see him. I've actually met Zach Wild before at one or a couple of the Ozfests, I think. Never met Ozzy. I did meet Zach. Zach's a big dude. Good guy. Really nice. Here's Ozzy's cover albums for $20. It's a sponsored link, though. So let's just go one more page, just kind of skim through. So, I mean, as you can see, there are still some deals to be had right now. Obviously, the market price is going to be pretty high right now with everything going on after Ozzy's passing. But I think I'll just stop here. But you guys can go skim through yourself if you want to buy or sell. At least you get an idea of what stuff's going for and see if you have it and want to sell it. But anyway, that's all I've got. If you get anything out of the video, consider subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate it. Click the like button, which also does help me out. And then click the bell for future notifications of other videos just like this. And Ozzy, he'll never be forgotten. That's all I got. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye, everybody.